Okay, so you've just gotten that ultrasound report, you're scanning through it, and then your heart just drops. You see those words, cord around the neck. And I get it, that phrase can send anyone into a total panic. But here's the thing. What if I told you that this is one of the most misunderstood things in all of pregnancy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to dive into the science and separate the fear from the actual facts.
All right, first things first. Just take a deep breath. Now look at this number. 1 in 3. That's right, 1 in 3 perfectly healthy, happy babies are born with the cord wrapped around their neck. I mean, think about that. It's so incredibly common that for doctors and midwives, seeing this is just another Tuesday. It happens all the time.
And look, this isn't just some nice opinion to make you feel better. This is based on decades and decades of real-world experience. A neutral cord, that's the technical term for it, is not a medical emergency. It's a statistical normal. Seriously, you can think of it in the same way you'd think about a baby being born with tons of hair or with really long fingers. It's just a variation, a part of the journey.
So the big question, right? Why? Why isn't this the scary, dangerous thing it sounds like it should be? Well, the answer is pretty amazing, and it's all about the incredible design of the umbilical cord itself. And once you get this, I promise, a lot of that worry is just going to melt away. Okay, let me introduce you to the unsung hero of your entire pregnancy. This stuff called Wharton's jelly. I mean, look at this. It's this thick, gelatinous goo made of collagen and hyaluronic acid that's packed all around the blood vessels inside the cord. This thing is not some flimsy little string. No way. It's a high-tech biological super cable, engineered by nature to be unbelievably tough. So to really get a feel for how strong this is, here's a great analogy. Think of a garden hose that's turned on full blast. You know how stiff and hard it gets? It's really tough to kink it, right? Well, the umbilical cord is kind of like that. You've got high-pressure blood flowing through it, plus that springy, protective Wharton's jelly. So trying to actually compress it enough to stop the flow, it's next to impossible. Or hey, how about this one? Picture your baby as a little deep-sea diver, just floating around doing flips and somersaults in the amniotic fluid. They're basically weightless in there, and their oxygen line, the umbilical cord, is just floating right along with them. Gravity isn't a factor. It can't pull down and tighten the cord like a rope would on dry land. So when we see those loops, it's not a problem. It's actually proof of a healthy, active baby having a great time in there.
All right, so the science makes sense. The cord is tough, the baby is floating, but you're probably still thinking, how do we know for sure that my baby is okay? And that's a great question. The answer is that doctors don't just stare at a single picture from a scan. No, we have an active, 3-pillar action plan to monitor your baby's actual well-being. We're tracking function, not just a random position.
And these 3 pillars, they give us the real, objective data we need. And they'll give you peace of mind. They are 1, the daily kick count, 2, the growth trajectory, and 3, the Doppler study. Together, these 3 things give us a crystal clear picture of exactly how your baby is doing. So let's break them down one by one.
Okay, pillar number 1. This is maybe the most important one because it's something you can do right from your own couch. It's the daily kick count. It's simple. After a meal, just relax and pay attention. You're looking for at least 10 movements, kicks, rolls, wiggles, whatever, within 2 hours. Why? Because a baby that's moving around like that is a baby that is getting plenty of oxygen and nutrients. It is the single best sign of a happy baby. Think of it as your own personal daily wellness check.
Pillar number 2 is all about the big picture, your baby's growth. I mean, think about it. If the cord was actually being squeezed and restricting supplies, what's the first thing that would happen? The baby wouldn't grow as well, right? So your doctor tracks the baby's estimated weight at each scan. As long as your little one is growing steadily along their own personal curve, it's solid proof that the cord is doing its job perfectly. That steady growth makes the loop, well, it makes it medically irrelevant.
And finally, pillar number 3. This is the ultimate scientific confirmation, the Doppler study. Now, this is really cool. It's not a picture of the cord, it's a measurement. It measures the speed and resistance of the blood flowing through the cord. So we're not guessing. This gives us cold, hard numbers, mathematical proof that blood flow is perfect. A normal Doppler reading is basically the final definitive green light saying everything is A-OK for a natural birth.
Okay, so we have our facts. We have our 3-pillar plan. Now it's time to bust some of the most common myths. You know, the ones that create so much needless worry. These are the old wives' tales you hear from family and friends that just won't go away.
All right, let's just go through these rapid fire. Myth: crossing your legs causes loops. Reality: nope.
There is zero physical connection. Myth: sleeping on your back will strangle the baby. Reality: absolutely not. It's a physical impossibility in a fluid environment. Myth: you're going to need a C-section now. Reality: a neutral cord is not a valid medical reason for a C-section. Period. And finally, things like eclipses tightening the cord, that's pure superstition with zero scientific basis, okay? Let's put those to rest.
Okay, we're at the final big hurdle, the last major worry for pretty much every parent. What about the actual labor and delivery? What happens then? This is a huge one, so let's walk through exactly what to expect.
But what if the cord tightens during the birth? I know, that's the question, isn't it? It's the one that keeps people up at night. And it's a totally valid question to ask. The good news is, this is something we in obstetrics deal with every single day. It's completely routine for us, and we are so prepared for it.
So here's what happens. During labor, we're continuously monitoring the baby's heart rate. If the cord gets a little squeezed during a contraction, it creates a very specific, recognizable pattern on the monitor. We see it, we know what it is, and we know exactly what to do. But here's the most important part. In over 95% of cases, the baby is born vaginally with absolutely no problem. As the baby's head is born, the doctor or midwife just calmly slips a finger under the cord and unhooks it. That's it. It's usually that simple.
So really, here is the big takeaway. I want you to shift your focus. Instead of worrying about a line on a scan report, I want you to focus on the real signs of your baby's well-being. These are the things that actually matter. Call your doctor if your baby gets quiet, if those movements drop way down. Call if you have any fluid leaking or any bright red bleeding. And you know what? Always call if your gut, your intuition is telling you something just feels off. Trust yourself and focus on these real-time signs.
I want to leave you with this really powerful quote. A neutral cord is a finding, not a diagnosis. Let that sink in. It's just an observation. It's a note that says, hey, you've got an active baby in there who's been moving around. It is not a disease. It's not a problem we need to fix. So when you see those words on a report, I want you to remember this. Trust the amazing science of your body, trust your ability to monitor your baby's movements, and trust that your medical team has a solid, proven plan. You've got this.